Welcome friends, I'm Will Whitfield with W3 Productions. If you are a YouTube creator like myself, then you realize the importance of having a good catchy title and also a visually appealing thumbnail. These are key to your getting more views and growing your YouTube channel through subscribers. What you may not realize is that not only do the thumbnails need to be visually appealing to the human eye, they may actually have to be appealing to artificial intelligence. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and we'll go through how the Google Cloud Vision AI or API can be used to make your YouTube videos rank higher. So the Vision AI or API is basically a platform that reads images all across the internet and classifies different parts of the image or reads the image for different parts, whether people are in it, objects, language, text, products, whether or not the image has been used on other sites, and is it appropriate for viewing by different age groups and so forth and so on. So this can help us see is our thumbnail being read as relevant to our YouTube video subject, and also will it pass filters for safe search. So what you would do, how to get to it, it's cloud.google.com/vision, or you just search for Google or Cloud Vision API and go to any of these links. Well, this link and maybe the try it link. You don't have to sign up for anything to try the API for now. What you do is go down here to where it says try the API, and then you can drag the image here, or you can search for one. So I'm going to search for an image that I use for one of my videos as a thumbnail. I'm going to choose this one. Actually, I'm going to choose this one. This is closer to the finished product of that thumbnail. It's going to ask, am I a robot? Which I'm not. Here we go. The first tab is faces, and what it's trying to do, recognize human faces and determine the tilt of the head, what direction it's facing, and also the emotions that go along with that face. So it takes 3 faces, and what this picture is 5 dolls, 3 out the box, 2 in the box. It could read 4 of them. And if you try this different, actually, you could read 5 faces somehow. I don't know where the 5th face. Oh, they read it off a piece of a bag or something. So if you do this multiple times with the same image, you can get different results. The first face, which is over here, couldn't read any emotions. But I think face 3 could tell that this one right here had some headwear, so this doll had a hat on it, so that was accurate. Face 4, which is an image on one of the accessories, it thought that face expressed joy. And that face 5, which is one of the ones in the box, had headwear, which is accurate because it had goggles. She had goggles on her head, so that's pretty accurate. So let's go to the next tab. Looking for objects in this picture. And we have lots of packaged goods, which is accurate because these are all items in boxes. And let's see, did it pick up anything else? It detects this doll, since it sees a whole body, it detects it as a person. So that's pretty fair. Under labels, it is trying to identify the different objects in here, which this is pretty accurate. Toys, doll, Barbie, and it gives you a chance to search for these terms on Google. Collection room souvenir art, and this is good because I want my thumbnail to be associated with the subject of my video, which is the doll. So this is pretty good. So if it's trying to categorize your video based on your thumbnail in part, then this is a positive. Now if you don't get any association here, then you might want to rethink which thumbnail you use. Now, this is not, all or nothing, but this is just a help. If you need every advantage you can, then this is just another tool in your toolbox. Logos, this is not very accurate here. It thinks it sees Welch's somewhere down here, and it thinks it sees Jack's down here. So it couldn't really read this text very well, so that's okay. Web entities, does it do anything in here associate with something that you can find on the web? And it can. So Charlie Lake is the name of one of these dolls. It's actually this doll right here, so that's good. Doll, product, heart. Well, Heart's doll is the name of the line, so that's good. Accessories and clothing. Now I'm using this as a thumbnail from one of my videos that I've already posted, so it can tell that it is being used. So if I open that link, it should go to my YouTube video, I do believe.
Hello everyone, welcome to
And that was correct. So it took
Crafting
me to
with DW. Today we are doing
my YouTube video and partially matched images. So I wonder where this goes. Oh, it took me to another version of my, that's interesting, another version of my thumbnail where I changed it but I kept the background. So it partially matched, I put these dolls in front. It partially matched the picture. I reused that same picture for this one. And it matched the background even though it had been changed. So, if you use Photoshop to put different things together, it will still detect part of the picture. It tries to read the text, so some things are accurate, some things are not. A lot of this looks like gibberish, but that's okay. It can read the word crew. You try to read the word crew different times. It can read this just fine on the side, W3 Productions. A red heart somewhere in crew. That's good. Good to go, good to games on one of the accessories, so it read that accurately. Retro something, close. Punky Pizza Party is, I know that was the name of one of the accessories, so that was pretty close. So properties, I don't really understand this tab. It looks for the dominant colors, and it's pretty, pretty accurate for which colors are most dominant in the picture. And it looks for crop hints. It looks like anytime there's a vertical break, it points it out as a crop hint, whatever that means. Now, another important tab would be the safe search, and I guess this would determine whether or not, if you have certain filters on your browsing, would this be filtered out? So, as we see here, we have 5 categories. Adult, is it a spoof? Is it medical? I guess medical things could be gory. Is it violent, and is it racy? Usually, anytime there's a lot of skin shown, male or female, the racy aspect of it goes up. So just be aware of that. So I'm going to try a couple more pictures just to give you a better look at what it can do and what maybe it can't do. So I'm going to use this picture of a 3D character that is hat laying around. So now it's more of a close-up, and it sees this one face, but the face is expressionless, so can't really get any emotions out of that. So that's accurate. It sees that as a woman, as a person. Actually, it identifies that shadow as a person, so it sees it 2 different objects, but that's fair. It sees lots of blue, sees the face. All different parts of the face and the body are being pointed out here. You can tell that's an animation. Web entities is just breaking down different parts of the body. Dominant colors, kind of a no-brainer right there. Actually see this one as being racier, so again, you can see for yourself. I'm going to take a stock image picture and give you a better idea of how that can play in. This is something I found in a meme somewhere and tracked it down and uploaded it. So it's 2 ladies in autumn fall fashion gear. So we have lots to talk about here. It can tell both of these faces have joy. Objects is just identifying all different parts of clothing. Also, it can tell, sometimes it can tell if it's on a street. Sometimes I'll see street listed here, or the door. You can tell it's a door. So like I said, you can get different results if you upload it different number of times. For labels, this is listing all the different types of clothing again. So if you use this as your thumbnail and you're talking about clothing or something like that, this would be very good because, or even on your website, this would be good for website SEO as well, not just YouTube, but any type of SEO. So this would be very good. But part of the reason for that is because this is stock footage or stock pictures, and it's been used almost everywhere. And these are all the websites that it found a partial or full match for this picture. So I'm just going to click on one randomly. Let's go to this BuzzFeed article. Actually, this took you to a BuzzFeed image part of the website, so that's probably not as helpful. Let's try, go to one of these up top. Daily Mail, a news site. Oh, so what is it? Actually, an article about where this meme was used, which someone took a stock photo and I don't know, they did something that's controversial, and it actually had nothing to do with these ladies that were taking the picture. Somebody just took it and made a point with it, and it, story didn't turn out well. But anyways, found it on the website. So good if you want to do image search, you want to see if your video or your website's being linked anywhere else. This is a good place to go to see that. Or if you're trying to make sure your content isn't being stolen somehow, that might be another way to use this. For some reason, it'll find different shapes in the picture and try to read that as text. I don't think there's any text right there in that corner. It thinks it is. Again, the dominant colors and crop hints. Seems like every time there's a vertical break in the picture, it takes that as a crop hint. So, whatever that is. Safe search. Racy's up to unlikely, but still not too racy. Ironic because that's where the meme came from. Anyway, try one more. Let's see. It's got pictures laying around. Going to take this Optimus Prime 3D model that I was working on. Wonder if it'll recognize it as Optimus Prime or not. So the only object it found was lighting, which is weird, not very accurate. Labels, art, architecture is probably thinking this is a building or something, and the building's in the background. Logos, ooh, thinks this is a high school. Okay, that's interesting. So sometimes you don't get a lot of useful stuff. So if I wanted to make a video about Optimus Prime, this one might not be the best because it's not recognizing it as that. It recognizes the buildings and things like that, but not the actual focus of the picture. Again, crop hints, anytime there's these vertical breaks, it kind of catches that. And sometimes random pictures will go up on the spoof filter. I'm not sure why that happens. I'm going to use that other picture of Optimus that I had just ahead. And again, it labels it as lighting. It does know that it's a fictional character, thinks it also may be a costume, but that's cool. I think it's recognizing a lot of this, the background pictures, background image in a lot of different websites. So yeah, that picture looks similar to mine. I use stock photo for the background. Anyway, I think by now you should get the picture. This can be a very important tool for your toolbox. Make sure that your pictures for your YouTube video or your website are generally safe. Is it being linked to any other sites, and all the objects being recognized by the AI so that your pictures, your thumbnails can be categorized in a way that associates with your content. Hopefully you found this helpful. Subscribe for more tutorials and helpful things for YouTubing and 3D animation and the like. And if you have any helpful hints for me, don't be afraid to leave a comment below. Thank you and have a blessed day.